But I think one thing has become crystal clear, both from last week, whatever happened in the United States, and what we are seeing, what seems to be unfolding in the UK as well, is also the power of the diaspora in changing policies and in influencing parties across the world. Who better to talk to us about that than Dr. Vijay Chathaiwala, who's the in charge of the foreign affairs wing of the Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, the ruling party in India. Thank you so much, Dr. Chathaiwala, for joining us. We saw it in America last week. I think we seem to be seeing it happening in Britain and elsewhere. Do you think it is fair to say that the diaspora is really starting to influence policies around the world?
See, first of all, thank you for this conversation. Diaspora was always influential in many countries, but they were never united for any particular purpose. And the major change that has happened in last 6, 7, 8 years is that now diaspora is coming together to foster the bilateral relationship. First, a unique case took place at the time of civil nuclear deals between India and US, where Indian diaspora really galvanized and lobbied to Congress to ratify that deal. And then later on it didn't go ahead. But Mr. Modi has a unique advantage of it works as a magnet. He works as a magnet to bring diaspora together. And that has been also very, I would say that one of the most critical factors in bringing diaspora. Now, for example, if you take US diaspora, they are all well educated, not only in IT, but also in other business sectors, in doctors, professional, hoteliers. You name a business and now their Indian origin people are there. Their income, average annual income Indians in US is almost twice that of average American income.
So that is true here also.
That is also
in Britain,
true.
It's 44% of Indians
almost
are in the top two
countries. And at the additionally, they are all law-abiding citizens. They gel well with local communities. They contribute to the local community's welfare. So their overall impression of Indian American people in US or even here is very good. And that I think is a very big.
They pay taxes. They don't ask for benefits.
They don't ask benefit. So these are.
So the Indian community essentially, they sort of pay their taxes. They're contributing to these countries.
Yeah.
They're not asking for dole or living off benefits or
Correct.
asking for anything. They're giving back rather than taking.
Yeah, I guess this is the biggest strength. And Indians origin people are very comfortable with multiple identities. They are as good a British citizen as good they are proud of their Indian heritage and ancestry. And that is also playing a very big role. What Mr. Modi has done is to give them a bigger purpose of making them part of India's story, success story. And I guess this is the unique paradigm shift that has taken place in last 7, 8 years.
Is this part of a very deliberate strategy which you and others have been working on? How do we utilize the power of the diaspora in a very strategic manner to make change?
I think Prime Minister's vision was always that these people are my unofficial ambassadors. So they can be my best messengers because they live in that community, they talk to their people. For example, he has made appeal that whenever you come to India, bring one non-Indian person with you as a tourist. Again, to showcase what India is doing, because seeing is believing. So he is leveraging the presence of diaspora in multiple ways, and that is showing the result in a different manner.
So just coming to what we've seen this week here, are you surprised almost by seeing what seems to be a very radical shift in policy on the behalf of Labour? Do you see it as a radical shift, by the way?
I think there is a paradigm shift there also, and it was not surprise, but if you see what Labour was, say 2 years or 3 years ago, now I can see that there is a major shift. And it's a welcome shift. They have understood the importance of Indian diaspora. They have understood the importance of India as a country and its partnership with UK. And the things are actually moving in the right direction. Of course, there will be some elements who would criticize India for one reason or other. That is all welcome as long as it doesn't hurt the overall strategic partnership between two countries.
One problem in Britain, which is not there in the US, is the other aspect of domestic politics. I mean, there's not just Indian communities out here. There's a large Pakistani community. Okay, they're not as well assimilated, and also maybe not the same income generating, but their presence as voting people in many constituencies puts pressure, and that pressure has often come on Labour MPs to say, let's take anti-Indian stances because of my local Pakistani supporters.
You see, if they have to take sides in favor of their constituents, India will have to take a position which is of India's interest.
Yeah.
And that is the way it will be played out. So I don't want to go into specific cases, but as long as they can very well serve their constituents, it is their duty. But as long as they don't go against Indian interest explicitly, we are okay with it.
All right. Dr. Jitawale, so interesting week.
Yeah,
Very
very
you think? It's a big week, right?
It is a big week.
It's actually been a big fortnight for India.
Absolutely,
USA last week and the UK this week.
This week and after 10 days in France.
So,
So amazing month.
It could be an interesting Indian summer in more
Summer,
ways than
absolutely. Yeah. Before everyone goes to vacation here.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
right.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you so much, Vikram.